Evening, everyone, and welcome back to yet another live preview. As always, we'll be going over the Scunny game. Thank God we won in the end, of course. 3-2 Rovers coming out with Scunny with the 3 points. And yeah, like I said, going on and talking about the preview on the weekend where we welcome Walsall to the Mem. As always, if you're watching on replay, leave your score predictions and thoughts on the game after in the comments. If you are live, then welcome to everyone that's currently tuning in. Make sure to get in your comments as well. Always leave your thoughts. And yeah, as it says on there, subscribe if you're new, only 19 away from 4,100. So thanks to everyone for the quality support as always. And of course, if you do enjoy, smash the like button. And yeah, of course, joined by Neil. How you doing? How you feeling after last night?
I'm knackered, mate. That was one long night, wasn't it?
Yeah, very long, very long. Yeah, obviously you like you were saying there was diversion, so you didn't get him till nearly 4 o'clock. And yeah, I was lucky. I got in quite a reasonable time around sort of 2:30. But yeah, great night, of course. Great to see different players get on the score sheet, etc. But yeah, of course, what are your as always, what were your thoughts on the lineup? Of course, we talked about it when we was in the pub, but yeah, thoughts again on the lineup. Were you happy with it, or did anything surprise you?
No, nothing surprised me really. I mean, I would have been comfy with anything going in against Scunthorpe. Like I said, player for player, better than them, regardless of who we put out there as far as personnel goes. So how we set up wasn't a concern for me. Again, it was just down to attitude. If we was bang on the money and prepared right, we was always going to win that game. And like I said to you in a week, it was just about going there, getting a job done, getting 3 points, and making sure you had a clean bill of health ready for Walsall. And for me, ticked all the boxes. Job done.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, like getting on, of course there was a few changes. Nothing really. Well, there was obviously Loft missed out because of I think it was concussion in the end. So he didn't get to play against his old club. Of course, it was the same back line, same midfielders, and then of course I think there was only one change. And it was Thomas in the end got thrown in. Obviously, what was your thoughts on him? Because like including me and a lot of people, obviously, you said he was okay, but because a lot of people did say that he played well. I thought he did as well, and even into Regan as well, Sam and Matt's as well. But yeah, thoughts on Thomas coming in, and how do you think he done?
Well, Luke Thomas is one of them where he's come in at the start. He's a marquee player for us. He's clearly been thrown in against Southend off the back of his performance at Peterborough. And Barton said to him, if you don't perform here, what can I do with you? Do you know what I mean? It's Scunthorpe. If you can't perform against these, like what do I do with you? So he's obviously given him the ultimatum, saying I'm going to give you 90 minutes. He's probably given him loads of time in advance to say this is for you to go and do your thing now. And for me, it's all about when you look at a player, whether it be Luke Thomas, Luca Hall, Belly, whoever, it's about what you expect from him. And the pedigree that kid's got, he should be ripping up games like against Scunthorpe. And yeah, he did do okay, but your expectation of a player like that is just go and run the whole thing, because his pedigree is that much better than what we've got or the league's got, etc. He's a proper marquee player for us, and he's still not delivered what he can do. And again, the reason I said he was just okay last night is because your expectation of him should be just go and run the whole game, just go and boss it from start to finish, get it, and he should be creating at every opportunity. And to me, again, he's still a shadow of himself.
Yeah, I mean, there's still I know he suffered a lot like last season, especially, and with different things, and and of course, I think last night was only his third or fourth start in the league. And I think he's got 4 assists currently, hasn't scored yet. But yeah, I do agree with you. Like the player that we brought him in for was to sort of take control of games, and I know he struggled a bit, but I was happy for him because he did do well. We had if his shot in the second half wasn't deflected, then it probably goes in, and he got a great assist as well. Even into BRC Tom as well. Penguins saying Rovers have win 1-0 against Walsall. Even into you, mate, as well. And yeah, I think it was his first night in the league. I know he played at Peterborough pretty much the whole game, but yeah, I think that was his first whole 90 minutes in the league as well, which is crazy considering it's what currently the 26th of January as we speak, and yeah, his first 90. So I know he's had a few niggles this season as well.
But you're letting him off the hook there, really, because ultimately that's all down to the player. The reason he's not got 90 minutes is because he's not got himself fit enough. He's not got himself into shape. Yeah. Everything that has gone before is Luke Thomas's fault. It's no one else's fault. Rovers have given him every opportunity to be the player that he could be, and he's not delivered. So, I mean, last night, I know you said the assist was good. That's a bread and butter pass for a player like him. He should be making that pass. Do you know what I mean? So, to me, he was just bang okay, because the expectation of what he should be, he's miles off it still for me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get where you're coming from, and yeah, hopefully, as this, going on to the sort of our second half of fixtures, of course, going in last night, 24th game of the season. So hopefully now we can see more of him, and I hope, obviously we'll get on to predictions and lineups and such. But for me, I hope he starts again on the weekend. I think he deserves to start again. Even into Paul as well. Yeah, I'm good, mate. Hope you're well. Also, is there any other? I thought, to be fair, I know, like as we were saying, like the first sort of half an hour, I thought we were a bit off it, struggled to get any control of the ball. I think we allowed Scunny far too much time on the ball. I know they didn't really trouble us, but they still had a lot of the ball and a lot of like sort of crossing opportunities. And then sort of it was only the last 15 minutes of the first half where we really got control of the ball, started moving it better, creating chances. Of course, Finlay had that quality shot saved. I think most of us thought it was in. And then, of course, we did open the scoring through Josh Grant, who I thought he was quality last night again. Playing at left back, getting forward, looked good defensively. And of course, Sammy Nicholson got the assist. His good run managed to get the assist as well. Even into Gordo as well. Sup people, we saying, even into you and Jack's Ford as always, who are up the gas. Thoughts. I want to get your thoughts on Sammy, because we all know we've seen a lot of him last season. The skill, the goals, and then he got his injuries. I think you can still see, he's still done all right, but again, like we as what we seen last season, we do expect more of Sammy. I know he got the assist, but then he missed a sitter in the first half where he should have definitely scored when he was through on goal. And second half, he done okay, but again, what is your thoughts on him?
I come to expect it from Nicholson now. Like I said to you before, he doesn't start in what I consider my best 11. He's far better for us off the bench. He's a 20-minute man for me. Like he delivers moments, not 90 minutes. And the assist again, that was a moment from him. And then he'll go missing, and then he'll just go missing. He'll do the simple things well, and he'll get it and he'll give it. But as far as like delivering time and time again, when he gets it to isolate a fullback and go past people and deliver a bit of end product, he sort of floats in and out of games like bang average wingers do, sort of thing. And I don't think he's not a bang average winger for the league. He's another one that you expect more from. But he does. He delivers moments, but I just think he's far better for us when he impacts a game. And then he'll go and do something like deliver that run, and he'll lay on the goal for Grant.
Yeah. And
then he's done himself no favours come final whistle, because he switched off. He's switched off at 3-0 and let the ball go in the box. And he's, if that doesn't happen, we're playing sailing, and no one's talking about how hard work we've made it.
Yeah.
He's another one for me. He irritates me a little bit, because like you see last season, we did go down, and we went down rock bottom because we was terrible. But if anyone was to deliver a little bit of light, it was either Nicholson or Macca. And this season, again, you think he'd really grab League Two and go and try and dominate it, and he's just delivered the odd moment.
Yeah, he's like I was saying, I was going about it last night. It's just as I think he does a lot of stuff like on the ball and like off the ball is good, but it's just that composure. He's had a few like this season. I can't remember what game it was. It might have been Port Vale game, or it was definitely a game on a Saturday at home where he missed an absolute sitter, like the ball come across the box, and like he tends to. His composure, for whatever reason, I don't know why, is really poor. Like
it's just for me again. You can play a game and then for 20 minutes you'll just think nothing of Nicholson. You'll just forget he was even out there. You know what I mean? He just goes missing for long spells in games. You know, when really, again, you look at someone like Thomas when he's at his best. Like when I was talking about Peterborough, he's constantly active, constantly wanting it. He's constantly wanting the ball to feet. He'll go and look for it if he has to. Nicholson sort of just it's like he takes spells off. He just gives himself 10 minutes just not to do nothing before he goes and has another moment.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying. Hopefully, he can put more of a bit of it's all about consistency in it, and just making sure that obviously you can work on it. But yeah, he's still done pretty well, but it's just parts of his game. That's why that's why players are in League Two. Otherwise, if they had better composure, etc., they wouldn't be in this league. But Gordo said Nicholson reminds me of Circum, great first season, but poor. I think he's still doing well, but we just like you said about Thomas and certain players you just expect a bit more of after seeing a lot of good performances last season. Jack's forward even into you saying, looked like we had a really good performance for the most part, but after Clark scored, it went downhill. We took our foot off the gas, but Pittman and Leon allows them to play out. I don't think you can. I get your point obviously, but like you said, I think Barton brought it up after the game. Actually, I watched it when I got home, and he was saying about that Nicholson. A lot of the boys were apparently annoyed with him because of he just let he was his man. Anderton was marking the other player, but it was Nicholson's man that put the cross in, and then it of course rewarded to the goal. I don't think you can blame sort of Clark because Collins Collins was knackered. I thought obviously he missed a few chances, and every striker does, but he was sort of rested, and then it was just lack of concentration, and but like you said, it looks like and even if you look at the stats, it looked like it was even because I think we both had the same shots on target. But if you was at the game, you knew that it was only our fault for not being more, of course. Pittman and Leon should never be on the pitch at the same. I sort of agree with that. I think and you can see, of course we're, for me as well, like absolutely buzzing for Leon Clark. I thought he done really well, took his goal really well, of course, round the keeper. But yeah, like it's crazy how if you ask a lot of fans, or even a lot of fans, Rovers fans probably don't even know this, but like Pittman's like 4 years younger than Leon Clark, and Clark looks like the younger guy, even though he's just come back from a 4-month layoff or whatever it was, which is crazy. And I sort of agree with that. I don't think I think Pittman. I'd rather see Leon Clark play than Pittman. Let's put it that way. The standout players for me are Finley, Evans, and Belly. Matt saying, do you think Luke Thomas? Yeah, I mean, I thought maybe he could have done a bit more in the first half, but I think a lot of players could have really. But I thought second half, we stand out why he got him into the game more. And yeah, for me, I would like we talked about, I would start him again on the weekend. But yeah, hopefully he can gradually just get more minutes. Hopefully he can impress in training, etc. And yeah, Tom saying Leon Clark's goal machine. Pittman can leave now if he wants. Wouldn't be any loss at all. Yeah, one goal every 58 minutes. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, he's 102 minutes. He's got 2 goals. So yeah, hopefully he can keep playing well. I was going to get your thoughts. I know we know they're very good as well at the moment, and they deserve the credit. But thoughts on how happy are you with Luca Hall and Josh Grant at the moment? I think they're playing excellent, and they both do. Especially Luca Hall, he's been sort of in and out of the team, but now I think he's really he's been given the confidence, and he started the last 2 games. So yeah, your thoughts on Luca and Josh Grant?
I mean, them two playing together as fullbacks. I mean, for me, it's the best we've looked at as a 4 all season when we play back 4, and it properly allows us to have the option now of a 4 where really, like I said before, Barton's pretty much recruited to play 3 and 5, and now he's stumbled across a good headache of being able to go, we can comfortably play a 4 now because Luca Hall now is a fully fledged first team player. He's not a fringe player no more. He's not an academy graduate. He's a fully fledged right back in the first team now, and they were our best players yesterday for me. Yeah, Luca Hall and Josh Grant. But Josh Grant, he's a diamond for any club, especially in League Two, because he just gives you the versatility. You put him anywhere, it'll be a 7 and an 8 for you.
Yeah.
And at the minute, he's doing it at fullback. He's a goal threat, whether he plays fullback, wing back. He can sit in there and play holding midfield. He can play left or right. I mean, he's just a Rolls Royce for you because he frees up so much versatility for you to play it. We could probably play it up to 5-6 different systems with Josh Grant in our side.
Yeah, exactly. It's just crazy, isn't it? Even into Charlie Webb as well, always tuning in. The bookies had Rovers at 2.25 to win. Still, yeah, I didn't make any bets. I'm not really bothered about. I'll try and do it now and again, but yeah, that is a still. Tom saying Josh Grant being compared to Cancelo. Yeah, he is unreal. It's just like you said. He can play. He'd give you a 7, 8 out of 10, and I think it's good now that hopefully now he can stay fit as well, because I remember the first game, I think it was against Northampton. I think that was the first game we've seen him play. I know Salford he played right back away, and then it was a Northampton game where he really took to it, where he played left wing back, got his first goal. And yeah, since then he got injured after that, but since he's come back, he just looks so good. He's really good defensively as well, and like you said, he just bombs forward as well. And I know it all sort of went downhill like when he come off, but he needed a resting because, like you said, he's had a few injuries this season. He got injured last season as well. So, like you said, you need to put those players in sort of Cotton more. Yeah, like you said, Hall, was quality again for me. And I agree with you. I know there's other players. Good against Oxford as well. Yeah, that assist for Spence, of course, and the away game. But yeah, Gordos, even to you saying we need to use Leon as an impact sub. Yeah, agree. Evening to Warren as well, saying good evening, fellas. Evening to you. Tom saying he was mint against Oxford. Yeah, class. Even into Kai as well, we should have thumped Scunthorpe. Yeah, it's just one of those games where I think we will play a team soon where we absolutely batter them, but it should have been last night. I know we missed a lot of chances, but it was never really. I know Rovers always make it sort of squeaky bum like at the end, but also Grant Garner signing. I mean, don't forget last season, sort of. Because he played in midfield pretty much all of last season, and sort of he was, but under Barton, he's looked so much better, and I think he can, like these sort of younger players, he can sort of get the best out of them, like Hall, like Collins, he's still pretty young, and Taylor as well, but yeah, I mean. If there was any other players to you that sort of stood out last night? And of course, in the comments, keep getting your thoughts in and hit the like button as always if you're enjoying it. But yeah, any sort of other players that stood out to you apart from Hall, and what was your thoughts on Evans as well?
Evans is another one for me where he's banging form, but you've got to leave him out there. It doesn't matter how long you are into a game where he's done nothing. You've got to leave him out because he can deliver you a moment. And again, for me, when I looked at it from the stands, I thought that's a soft penalty. That is. I thought it was really soft. But there's some people that step up from 12 yards and you wince a little bit and you think, I don't know if I fancy him or not. But you never think Evans is going to miss. He's just technically that good. He'll put it exactly where he wants it. Yeah. And again, it doesn't matter whether he's in the game, like you're saying, like you was getting ratty first 20 minutes because like it wasn't going the way you wanted it to. But
Yeah, we
that's
were
just
poor.
life. You've got to be patient. But
Yeah.
he'll always deliver you some at Evans. He's got that about him, and like I said, he will. We've got like 4 or 5 sort of tens that can deliver a moment for you, and Evans is at the top of that tree really for who can do it. So I never worry about Evans if you don't see him for half an hour in a game, because he'll pop up and do something for you.
Yeah, exactly. He's got, because I think we were just getting into the game like you said. I'm sort of like I can get pretty, even if we're not playing that bad. Like I can get like pretty annoyed, but that's just me. But yeah, like once we, like you said, once we just sorted out the basics and that, and we got people into the game, and like I think Evan started off actually with that. He was doing some quality like switch of play as well, and which got Nicholson and Grant down the sides as well for the first goal. And yeah, like you said, he's still, like you said, he can sort of be sitting like he was for most of the game, for most of the first half, and then he can just do a long ball or switch of play. And yeah, so that's pretty interesting. Gordo saying, what's your view on Garner's comments regarding the gas being aggressive? Well, that's what we are. Like, we're not soft like we was under Garner, and like Garner's players were for Swindon. I seen that as well. I was just laughed because that's the sort of team we are. We want to be that sort of team that when they come up against the likes of Finley and Coots and other players, that we want to let people know that other players know that we're there. And yeah, Garner's he's just soft, isn't he? I just can't stand him, especially that Swindon game, him on the sidelines crying for everything, that when we made a tackle and they went down easy and stuff like that. So yeah, Vaughan saying as things are progressing, where do we need to strengthen, if at all? Well, Barton said it, that apparently one more signing's coming in. Like for me, of course, I seen your tweet earlier on about that we don't need any more signings. But for me, I think it'd be a centre back, even though. I mean, I could still see one or two leaving, in a few positions, but I think it'd be a centre back. Like, obviously, give us your thoughts, Neil. I know, like you said, that it was like block capitals as well. Like, we don't need any more, but like if that would be any position, it would be that. It would just be experience. I know it wasn't really sort of the Connolly's fault, but like I said, Barton is saying that we're going to sign one more player. For me, it would probably be a centre back. Can you, if it, what position can you see in it being? Do you think it'd be a centre back or
I've got no idea, mate, to be honest, because for me, we're covered everywhere. We don't need anyone. For me, as far as a necessity to go and get someone that we're desperate for, we don't need anyone. Like, yeah, it's nice to see a signing and people can get giddy about it, but we can't have a squad of 80, 85 players just because it's nice to have them. Do you know what I mean? We don't need no one. Like, that squad is sound. And for all the people saying, oh, we desperately need a centre back, we do need a centre back. Why do we? If you look at the turn of the year, this year, what have we done? We've played Peterborough. I think everyone can agree. Yeah, we got beat by a Championship side, but we defended damn well. Like, our patterns were good. We were solid. We were narrow. We were organised. We defended really well against Peterborough. Then we go into Hartlepool and keep a clean sheet. Play pretty bang average as far as a game, but found a way of winning and kept a clean sheet. Then who did we go in against after that?
Swindon.
Who did we play after that? Then we play Swindon. Before kickoff, take a point here. We got a point. The goal they scored was an absolute worldie. Like, if it was anyone's fault, it would be Belly's, because his position was a little bit off. But let's give credit to the bloke who stuck it away. Simpson put it away nice. Good finish. And then we play last night, and we were sound all game. We were absolutely fine. There was no issue. There was no panic, no concern. We were 3-0 up and cruising. Nicholson doesn't do his bit out wide because we're 3-0 up and he's taking his foot off it. Ball's come in the box. Belly's reacted. Another day that goes behind for a corner. He's pushed it straight out. It's hit Connolly. He can't do nothing about it. And then the kid Burns has just tucked it away. That is not a centre half's fault. There's nobody's fault. But if you're going to dig anyone out, it's got to be Nicholson for letting the ball go in the box.
Yeah.
Our centre halves aren't a problem. When the ball goes in the box, we always win the first contact. We don't concede from set pieces. We're sound as a centre half. I don't know if so. We bring in a centre half. He goes in one instead of who, and then you've got Alfie to come back, and Harry's ain't even making the bench. Like, how many do you need?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, like I said before, like, it's going to be interesting because surely if I mean, maybe a centre mid, but even then it would only be a backup because, and even then, like, you still got Whelan to come back, and then Finley and Coots are going to be playing pretty much every game, no matter what, because they're just crucial to us. And
this is what I mean. If anyone comes in, it's going to be cover. It's not going to be to go straight in that side.
Yeah.
It's just going to be cover. So to me, that suggests it could be another 19, 20-year-old loan from a championship club, someone like that. It ain't going to be a 26, 28-year-old fully fledged, seasoned pro that's going to come and expect to get 90 minutes somewhere, because we're ticking along just really nice at the minute. You don't want to disrupt it too much.
Yeah. Yes, it's gonna be interesting, but yeah, we'll have to see when we do, if we do, and when we do sign one. Even into Yes I'm Cornish as well, saying Grant was class. Needed to calm down though when he got subbed off. Yeah, but he was. It wasn't even that much. I mean, you could see what he was quality, but he was on a yellow plus. Plus, we've got to rest our best players, and he's currently up there. Even on free kicks, I know Evans will slump them in, never in doubt. Yeah, he's always just got to play, Annie. Even into Tom as well. What did we want before the game? 3 points we delivered. Now we move on to Saturday. I forget. Yeah, and like you said, that was all it was. It was just a little, switch off. Other than that, we should have battered him. But like we said, we got the 3 points. Obviously we talked about Scunny and sort of players. Everyone's saying, what do you think the chances? I mean, we discussed it last night. I think we'll get in there. Neil thinks we might just miss out this season, but yeah, for me, I'll always believe in now we've got everyone back pretty much. Even the bench last night. You look at Spence, Leon Clark, Harry Anderson didn't even get on. You look at the strength in depth now. But yeah, obviously, are you still sticking to that? Like, do you think we'll still miss out? Or I mean,
I just got this feeling we might have left it a little bit too late. Like, should we get there? Probably. Like, our squad's ridiculous for the league. Now we're fully fit and everyone's backfiring. We've still got Saunders to come back, etc. Like, our squad, there's not a side in this league that wouldn't want our squad. Yeah. It's daft for League Two, but I just think what happened early doors as far as COVID, not having a proper pre-season, all the issues with us, we was pretty thin to start with, really thin, and it hurt us. But I don't know if half a season is going to be enough to get it over the line, because as much as we'll go into pretty much every game saying we can beat these, we should probably beat these. There's always going to be points dropped here and there for whatever reason. Like, a lot of it could be down to these officials. Some of these officials are that bad that will get tucked over, like, at some point with bad officials. That's just how it goes in League Two, So it wouldn't surprise me if we're sat here talking at some point, going, "How did we not win that game? And how have we dropped points there for whatever reason?" And it's that makes me think we could just miss out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Tom saying signing Santos. I mean, being mad if we can get him, but there's no way. He's usually their starter. There's no way. Maybe we couldn't, but like you said, it'd be interesting to see. Even into N-Dubs as well. Agree regarding signings. We just got to stick with the numbers we have. Let's roll the dice with the lads we've got. Yeah, like you said, we've got a big enough squad as well. Of course, keep smashing the like button, getting your comments in, and make sure you do subscribe if you are tuning in for the first time or you haven't already. Yeah, Tom's saying get the wallet out, even into Korean as well. yeah, like we've just covered, Neil thinks we just miss out. I think we'll get in there, but it's all about opinions in it. You can all, yeah. Evening to Mitch as well, as always. Hope you're well, mate. What's all this wearing shorts on away days? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, you obviously seen Neil's tweet, yeah, because basically every if you don't know me, I'm always, and if you see me at home games, I'm always in like shorts, like half jeans and whatever shorts. And yeah, for the first away game this season, I didn't wear, cut-offs or whatever you want to say. And yeah, I wore jeans and we won. So now every single away game now, pretty much going to do all of them. I will not be wearing shorts. So yeah, that's what the tweet was. Neil having that. Yeah. Kian saying, "Will you back Barton if we don't get promotion?" Well, thoughts, Neil, because you've chatted this about a few times. What would you do?
Yeah, stick with him. Like I said, if we had a full preseason with this squad up and running and firing from day dot, we'd be cruising. I think we'd be really cruising. And I think with Barton saying early doors that he's got no doubts that we will get promotion, he's probably thinking about the side that he's got now, but it just got absolutely wiped out with COVID, injuries. The preseason, he never really got going because of the players that, like he said, you might not see the best of this side until just gone Christmas. And it's probably, like, as much as people like to hammer him, unfortunately, like, he's probably right. You know what I mean? Like I said, he sees these lads every day. He knows them as men. He knows them as players, characters, people. He can see what's on the horizon far, like, before us.
Yeah.
And for me, I said to you before, this feels like it could, if it doesn't happen this season, it could be the dress rehearsal for next year. And if we kick on and go into another preseason with this sort of group, add to it a little bit where he wants to, we're going to lose a few here and there. That's just how it goes. But if we keep our key players, he strengthens where he thinks, like 2 or 3 here and there, gets a full preseason under his belt. We're up and running early doors. Stick with him. I mean, changing him it's just another cycle.
Yeah. I think
you let Barton do the job that he planned on doing this season with praying for no COVID next season and all that carry on. Mm-hmm. Players being able to get a full pre-season into him. Imagine Coots at the start of the season playing like he is now and not having that layoff. It would be a completely different side. And Finlay knocked for 6 with COVID, injury, suspension. And suspensions only come because you're not fit. It's all a knock-on cycle. If we're firing on all cylinders, we should be sat in automatics from start to finish.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. End up saying, what final league position would you consider unacceptable? I mean, me personally, I think we're going to do well now until the end of the season. I strongly believe that, and this is, of course, only opinions like football always is. I think we'll get in. Of course, going on about, I don't feel the reason to really bring up, unacceptable, because we're doing well at the moment. Just keep, even if we play bad and still win, it's all about performances now. I know, unacceptable, I would probably say 15th, 16th is way unacceptable. But I think we'll be there or thereabouts come the end of the season for playoffs, personally. Even into Bristol Rovers Jane as well, do you think Barton will put Loft on the pitch? I mean, he was only left out because of concussion yesterday. I think Loft will probably be back on the weekend, personally. And yeah, I think he's good. He's only played 2 games so far. Of course, like the Hartlepool game didn't really look that good, but nor did anyone really until the last 5 minutes of brilliance from Collins and Evans. So, I'm all good. Yeah, that's good to hear. Exactly. The lucky jeans. I'm not going to be wearing cut-off or shorts or whatever anymore to any away games. Big up to Lewis as well, the Erling Haaland of the gas. Charlie isn't scared of the cold. The cold is scared of Charlie. Exactly. What can I say? I've always wore shorts and stuff like that. Yeah, big up to you, Lewis, as well. Always was always there yesterday and always supporting the channel. I've always liked Barton as a manager. He's not everyone's cup of tea, but he's what Rovers need. Yeah. I mean, you got to stick with Barton, even if we don't go up. You still stick with him, because I believe the same as Neil. If he gets a full pre-season with no COVID or whatever, then yeah. If we don't get promoted, even into Sam as well, if we don't get promoted, how long do you think Barton will keep Barton for? Probably just see where it goes. But yeah, for me, like I said, I still think we'll get promoted. If we don't go up, I reckon Invincibles next season. yeah, you never know. Mitch saying I got faith in Barton. Unsure at the start. If I'm honest, though, I think we're starting to look strong. Exactly, like because you see a lot of teams. We mentioned this the other day. A lot of teams now are getting injuries, getting like look at Swindon. They've got probably their 3 of their 4 best players this season were on loan and have been recalled. And other teams are getting injuries, suspensions, players leaving, loans recalled, etc. So exactly. I think playoffs just, says Matt. Vaughan saying totally agree, Gordo. Do you think he'll be at their next season after the stick he received early on and his family? Yeah, I think he loves Rovers, and I think we, like I said, I still think we'll end really good. So excuse me. Kai saying other teams want to see us fail because of Barton. But I think Barton is the right man for the job. If we don't get promoted, we'll fight again next season. Exactly. Jono signing tomorrow at 9. Watch this space. Loft is going to be a battering ram, if anything, just built for the league and to get us up the pitch. Totally agree, Lewis. Kai saying hopefully we can get the win on Saturday. Top off my birthday on the cake. Yeah, that'd be decent. Here he is, the link, Jake. Even in Charlie, why don't you let me know how my star boy Harry Anderson is getting on? Well, it's sort of weird because, of course, last season for you, he was playing as a winger. This season, Barton's been playing him as a wing back. And, like I say, at every single game he plays wing back, you can't really judge his defending because he's not a wing back. He's done well going forward. Hopefully now with Luca Hall, who's been playing right back for us, hopefully now Anderson can be given time as a winger, and then we can really see the best out of him. But yeah, I think he's done pretty well. What's your thoughts on Harry Anderson? It's a bit hard, isn't it? Because like I said, he's been playing wing back, so it's a bit, dodgy the way you say, because people will think, oh, his defending's terrible, stuff like that. What's your thoughts, Neil, on Harry Anderson this season?
Yeah, I like him. I like Harry Anderson, to be honest. You talk about the wing back thing, but the intention was never for him to be spending any time in the back end of the pitch, to be honest. Our fullbacks are always intended to be, or our wing backs are always intended to be set high, because the intent was always to dominate the middle of the pitch. And and if we've got all the ball, there's no need for our wing backs to be anywhere near in our own half. So Trevor Clark and Harry Anderson was all the intent was to play the 3 in midfield and keep them as wide as you can and high. Hasn't worked out due to the fact that the squad's been decimated through, COVID injuries, the chopping and changing. I don't know how long it was that we spent where we never had the same 11 out every single game. It was weeks and weeks on end, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was just playing who was available and who was fit in it. And our patterns of play sort of suffered from it. And Anderson's found himself doing a lot more defensive work than he'd probably like to. But as far as a player, yeah, he's decent, Harry Anderson. Again, he's another one of these players that there's not a team in the league that wouldn't take him.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, hopefully with now Hall coming in, hopefully, like I said, we can start seeing him as an actual winger like he is. But yeah, he's been good. Cheers for tuning in though, Jake. But like I did say, Jake, you give me loads of shit for saying Lincoln won't do as well as you did last season, and I did tell you though. Just saying. But now big up to you though. Appreciate you tuning in. So yeah, keep smashing the likes as well. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Give him my lifetime contract, says Tom. I'm going to say we're going to win the league. There's no chance. I don't know what. There's no chance of winning the league. I think that was just, yeah, exactly. The Rhino, Harry Anderson is the Rhino. And that was from Barton's mouth. And he's true. He's an absolute. What are you doing to him? I don't know. Ask Barton. Barton wanted him to play as a wing back, but I trust Barton, and he's still been good. Whenever he's gone forward, he's been quality. And like I said, hopefully we can see him as an actual winger. If we face Bristol City, do you think we'd win or lose? We'd definitely win. And would we keep Barton if we went conference? We ain't. We're not getting relegated. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that question was. We're not going to the conference. Don't worry. Jack's Ford saying, "Can you see Hall and Anderson starting together?" Yeah, I think we will see that. Exactly. Tom Lockyer, what an absolute hero. Hates Bristol City. Fair play to his dad tweeting as well. And yeah, buzzing for Lockyer last night. First goal, and it come against the team he absolutely hates. So and he got an assist as well. And big up to Luton. What a win. Realistically, who beats us in the league now? Invincibles from now until the end of the season. I'd love to say we'd be invincible, but there's definitely going to be losses. Just watch your space, Charlie. Much prefer a League One mid-table scrap to a League 2 one like you're in. We're not in mid-table scrap. Don't worry. Come the end of the season, we'll be in the playoffs. Personally, hopefully. But yeah, of course, getting on to the actual preview with Walsall. I know, obviously, we chatted about that for quite a long time, but there's plenty of stuff to talk about. But yeah, going into Walsall, bit of an interesting one. Both sort of teams sort of in the same position as in, not Hartlepool, Walsall and Rovers fans at the start of the season would have probably been predicting, both teams to be fighting for, at least top 7. Of course, both teams have been pretty inconsistent this season. Walsall, they signed some decent players in this summer, like Wilkinson, Manny Montfay at the back as well. Of course, I'll quickly bring up the league table to see where they end if anyone doesn't know, but they're currently 17th. Played 26, won 7, drew 8, lost 11, 29 points. So they're only 4 points behind us. Currently, of course, 13th in the league. Played 24, won 9, drew 6, lost 9, and on 33. But give us your thoughts. Of course, they've got the ex Portsmouth and Bolton legend midfielder Matty Taylor in charge, and like I said, they've been inconsistent. What's been your thoughts on Walsall this season? Of course, the other game we got that last minute winner from the absolute bench legend himself, Sion Spence. But yeah, what's your thoughts on Walsall this season? Are you surprised where they are or not really?
Nah, not really. To be honest, if they're anything, they look like they've got no better than when we played them away. To be honest, if you look at sort of their highlights and their clips, they just look soft, fragile. They concede late all the time. They give away points from positions where they could either nick a point or look like they could potentially snatch one. They just give away bad goals. They look soft, fragile, and I think they're really there for the taking Saturday. They don't look like kicked on or got any better from when we played them. Like when we played them, we weren't even any good at that point. We were struggling. We were struggling for form ourselves. We were chopping and changing. We couldn't really get a settled side together, and we were a bar sort of a bad sort of first half hour. We were better than them. We were better than them like for a long spell on their own patch. And to me, it's not too dissimilar to last night, where you're going to go and play a side where, for me, we're player for player better than them. It's just a matter of getting your preparation right. These players getting rested, refueled, hydrated, taking on the information that Barton wants them to do, and going and playing the game and getting it done. Because we shouldn't be getting turned over by Walsall. They're fragile as hell for me.
Yeah, I agree. Tom's saying Walsall will be all right, but I'm expecting him to beat them quite comfortably. Yeah, like I said, any win, that's what it's all about now. We've got some good players, but so have we. And like you said, Neil, player for player, we're better. And fingers crossed, we can get the win. Gordo's saying, look at the positive of players playing in different positions. They become better utility players in the long run. Sid, evening to you. We will get on to score predictions in a minute. And of course, like we always started to do the last few, Walsall's last 5 games, starting from the most recent being the Bradford game yesterday. And again, like you said, another late goal conceded, and it was their ex-player, Andy Cook, the striker that scored for Bradford. lost 2-0 to Exeter, lost 2-0 to Mansfield, lost 3-1 to Stevenage, and drew 3-3 in a crazy game at home to Newport. So, like you said, not on the best of form. And it's sort of like you said, the other game, I didn't go to that game, but I managed to watch it. Even in the first half, we were pretty decent, and then out of nowhere, I think it was a ball over the top, and we made a mistake, and they got the first goal. But then we had so many chances, sort of second half, even into Seb as well, who does a lot of vlogs for Walsall. Make sure you go and sub to him as well. He'll probably be at the game as well. He's saying should be a decent game Saturday. We need the 3 points, but it's going to be a tough game. But yeah, will be a tough game. For Walsall. I just hope we can play a little bit better than the last home game. I know we won, but just to see a bit more dominance, like we played at Swindon. But it's going to be a completely different game. Of course, I think Walsall play with a 4-2-3-1 as well. So I'm pretty confident. I'm sure most Rovers fans are. Getting into lineups. What would you do? If Loft is back, would you play him? And what would you go for lineups wise? And of course, everyone in the comments, and Seb, let us know what lineup do you think Walsall should play? Let us know in the comments so we can see the team. We'll do the predictions in a sec. We'll just do the lineup first. Walsall might be right up for it. And even into Nick as well, as always, saying up the gas. But get your lineup predictions in first. Who do you want to start? And then we'll get on to score predictions in a sec. But Neil, what would you do?
I'd match them up, to be honest. Like I said, we're player for player better than them. I'd match them up. I'd go 4-2-3-1. We've played with a back four now for about 3 weeks. We're pretty comfortable in it. I'd match them up, go man for man, and just say win your individual battles. Because, like I said, we're player for player better than them, so there'd be no excuse. They're poor from set pieces. They're poor. They're not a goal threat. They concede a lot of from set pieces, second balls, etc. They're really fragile. I'd go Belly in goal. I'd play Luca Hall and Josh Grant at fullbacks. Josh Grant and Finley clearly went off last night for protection, just to get them right. I play Connor Taylor and Connolly at centre half. For me, we haven't got a problem at centre half. There's nothing wrong with them. Let them play again. They're doing just fine. And you're never going to create a partnership if you don't let them play together. Yeah. So I play them. Keep Coots and Finley in there. I mean, for me, Ladderby and Kinsella don't come anywhere close to R2 as far as two central midfielders and ability on the ball. I play them in there. I play Evans in the hole. Yeah. Collins one side. I'd give Luke Thomas another run because his head will go west again if you pull him out. I just think he did okay. Didn't set the world alight. But if I'm Barton, I said, look, there's your platform. You've done all right. Go and try and turn it on. Give me another 20% on top of what you've given me. And we'll just try and keep on building him that way. But I would start him because, like I said, I think his head could go west again if you don't. You've got to keep on top of Luke Thomas and keep him pretty happy within reason. And then, if Loft's back fit, play him up top. I completely agree. I'd go with the same back four, like you said. Hall and Grant have been class, and like you said again, you can't keep changing, the centre backs around. I'd keep exactly the same in like you, Connolly and Taylor. Then, like you said, two midfielders, Coots and Finley. I'll do the same thing as you. I'd have Collins on one wing. He can go on any. He can still even play well, then create chances, get chances for himself as well. Evans in behind, Luke Thomas on the other wing, and if Loft is okay, which he should be, then for me, I'm getting straight back in the team. Gordo, saying I'd go for a 4-4-2, maybe switch to a 4-3-3. Seb is going with Rushworth is. Even though they've conceded a lot of goals, he's been outstanding for them. I've seen their highlights, the saves he made. He's only young as well. He's on loan from Brighton, but he's kept him in games from instead of conceding 3 to conceding 5. He's been quality. And then Hayden White, Donovan Daniels, who they just signed. And don't forget Mayonnaise, who's on the thumbnail as well.
He should be back from suspension. He got sent off in the Exeter game, but he should be back. Hayden Mills, Kinsella Labadie, Connor Wilkinson, Earring and Cam, Kiernan on the wing, and then George Miller up front in a 4-2-3-1. That might change if we sign any players before Saturday's game. So, yeah, that should be... Their team rarely changes. It's usually the same team. So, Mats would play 4-2-3-1 as well. Connolly, Belshaw, Hall, Taylor, Connolly, or Harris because of the young defence. Grant, Coots, Finley, Anderson, Evans, Collins, and Loss. So, yeah, pretty much the same team as well. Collins loves the home game, exactly. What other away games am I going to? I'm going to be going to every single one. Should be available for... I'll be going all the Tuesday night games, Oldham, going Sutton, Orient, and then Crawley, or pretty much all the rest of the away games as well. And yeah, you're probably the same as well, aren't you? Neil? You're trying to get to most of them as well.
Yeah, I'll get to them.
Yeah, can't beat away days. I love away days. But yeah, getting on to score predictions now. Of course, everyone get your score predictions in the comments. Let us know. Seb as well, get yours in as well. Yeah, Neil, starting off with what score you're going with for Rovers?
I think if you score in the first 20 minutes for Walsall, they'll collapse. To be honest, I just think they're that fragile. I could see us a comfy 3-0. To be honest, I really could. I've got no concerns about Walsall at all. Like I said, player for player, better than them. They're not confident. They're down on their luck. They concede from set pieces. They're horrendous when the ball goes in their box. We don't concede from set pieces. We always win the initial contact when it comes in our box. Our two central midfielders are far superior to theirs, Labadie and Kinsella. Yeah, I just don't see a threat.
Yeah. So you're going 3-0, yeah?
Yeah.
3-0. For me, I'm gonna go 3-1. I'd love to say a clean sheet, but I think Walsall do have some decent forwards. So I think they will score. But yeah, for me, I'm gonna go 3-1. Of course, if you haven't already, do hit the like button, subscribe as well. We're only 19 away from 4,100, and appreciate everyone in there tonight for getting their comments in and getting interacted as always. But yeah, Sam is going for 1-0 Rovers. Tom's also going the same as me, 3-1 Rovers. Gordo is the same. Matt's saying 2-0, 3-0. He'll go 3-0, so same as you. Sorry, 1-1. Vaughan going with a 1-1 draw. Undefeated in 4 games now. How do you think we'll play, says George James. Even to you, by the way. Yeah, I think we'll play well. Like I said, I'll go for a win. Hopefully, keep going up the form table. I think we're 4th at the moment in the last 5 games. So yeah, just keep playing well, keep scoring, keep creating. Jack's Ford going with a 4-0 win. I'd love to see a 4-0. Kai saying 2-0 Rovers. I'd love to. Regan's going with 5-0. I'd love a 5-0 as well. Imagine that. That's the thing. We haven't really. It should have been Scunny, but there will be some team, whether it be Walsall, Regan thinks this, but I'd love to see it a game where we absolutely smash someone because it's coming. Because, like you said, it could have been 6 or 7 yesterday. What do you think the reaction will be if Rowland scores? Well, hopefully he doesn't score. But if he I don't know. I really liked him, to be honest, when he was at Rovers. But then, yeah, it all went weird.
No one will give a shit, mate. No one will give a shit. It's not like he was ever a superstar for us, was it?
Nah.
You know what I mean, he won't score for one. They won't win. No one will give a shit.
Yeah. Brucey Tom saying, pretty sure that Miller who plays for them up front fluffed an open net in front of Bradford. I'm not sure. I've only seen a few highlights. I haven't seen the Walsall highlights yet. George James saying 2-1 Gas. Super Sadler Seb going with a 2-1 Walsall win. Of course, he is a Walsall fan. With surely Joe wins soon. Miller and Wilkinson to score up the Saddlers. One team is going to get a thumping from the Gas. Never know. But yeah, like you said, I think everyone apart from Vaughan seems pretty confident. Of course, Vaughan, but it's all opinions. like always. But yeah, hopefully we can get the win. Even into Aiden as well, brave, but given the amount of chances created last night, I think we really could smash them 5-0 or more. It's definitely coming. Yeah, Regan agrees with that. And yeah, like I said as well, and Neil said, and everyone, you can see it coming soon. Hopefully it can be against Walsall. Hopefully it will be back-to-back wins, of course, against Walsall, and back-to-back wins in the league as well, because, of course, we're unbeaten in, 4 now, with a 2-0. Is it 4? Yeah, Rochdale going back a while. Obviously, Rochdale 4-2 win, Hartlepool 2-0 win. So yeah, 2 wins in the last 2 home games as well. Let's hopefully we can make it 3. And yeah, of course, we're going to end it now. But thank you everyone again for tuning in. Really another good stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, if you're new, do subscribe. Hit the like button if you keep enjoying the streams. And yeah, be back again on Wednesday, of course, and all the other videos. If we do sign anyone, of course, there'll be a video out for me. Just make sure you do hit the notification bell, so you know when we go live or there's any videos on the channel. A few more comments coming in. Normally it's Northampton, but they had a pretty decent side this. Yeah, but yeah, and even then I didn't think we missed a few chances, and yeah, I didn't rate Northampton at all. Walsall 1-5, so it'd be a difficult game for us. But yeah, like I said, hopefully we do get the win. Of course, thanks everyone that tuned in and got their score predictions down. Like I said, smash the like. Appreciate Neil for joining as always. And for everyone that keeps supporting the channel, really do appreciate it. Just keep supporting as always. And yeah, we'll see you in the next stream on Wednesday. And yeah, up the gas.